tightly in there for Jumper picking up this Luara for himself as well. You know, lots of sustain as well, lots of mobility, and of course, when she goes with the ultimate, gonna go blind up against the opponent. So I think so far they're pretty safe with what the burst damage can do. Can the Angela do here in this match?
Man, I mean, Angela can easily dish out huge damage, blazing brilliance galore, and of course, once that you have Reem's Dolia, you're gonna be having another blazing brilliance. You want to burst, you want to unleash a lot of blazing brilliance during the team fights. You're not enough with just one. You need to double it up, and that same goes with Dean. I mean, he's gonna be alright with a single Death by Sunset, but make that two Death by Sunset during a team fight, well, that is going to work out in the Team Shadows lineup, but they need to fill the holes. They need to pick some heroes that can fill up the jungler, and of course they need a marksman as well to fill the farm lane. So who is it gonna be? So for King Shang, is he gonna be locking that Lee Sin? But Monkey King seems to be the best option here available.
Not even luck. I was like, okay, are they really gonna go for the leashing? We don't usually see the leashing, but if it's something that they are very comfortable in making use of, sure, why not? But yeah, looking good with the bans and picks so far. And I think now, ooh, this Xiao Cao in here being locked by Team Tempest. I think that is a nice way to go for the AoE long range damage in order to maybe burst down either the Angela or the farm laner that Team Shadow will pick. So I think that is a safe mid lane secure by Team Tempest.
Ooh, I mean, for Edward, all that's left is to fill out the support role. They need a roaming kind of guy. They need some tanky kind of guy. Kaiser isn't enough. Make that too. We're gonna go for the Zhang Fei. So it's gonna be a double smite setup. That means they're gonna be securing objectives as fast as they can. And as for Team Shadow, it's all up to the marksman. Who is it going to be? It seems like Luban is definitely going to be their final option.
Luban number 7, lots of AoE damage to match up the AoE damage of that Xiao Cao as well. So I'm loving it. We might expect in here a lot of clashes that would potentially be initiated by Team Shadow because of their very tanky composition. And I think what Team Tempest could do is to just, like, you know, stop the Kaiser from farming, even the Luara as well, punish them on the early stages of the game. Meanwhile, we saw on the side of Team Tempest, they could go for ganks, especially that they have the Angela and the Wukong. They could just like find the blind spots, maybe to find out where the Luara or maybe the Xiao Cao will actually go into the map. But it's all about execution. Doesn't matter about the draft. We'll head into the Gorge once again. This is your Honor of Kings Southeast Asia All-Star Showmatch. I'm Kisai, with me is Vince DG, bringing you the action.
Now we're gonna be seeing the players come into play, respecting their different lanes. Are we gonna see some early invades? But we can see the junglers right now, especially King Sha, is gonna do the first work. But for Razi, seems like he's gonna go for the board first. He's gonna try to eliminate that, but mid is quite too busy because we're seeing the mid and support trying to punish each other out. And good isolation coming in from Zhang Fei. He's gonna try to distance himself from the Angela.
Look at the burst donation flash in coming from Ellie using the Luba number 7. Doesn't even need that ultimate to become available in order to punish one of the members of Team Tempest, which is in particular Jumper. But meantime, an invade is happening here in the jungle camp of Tempest right now. Super low HP is Edward, but the backup came actually from the Kaiser, forcing the members of Team Shadow to just stay away from their camp.
I mean, for Ellie, he's gonna try to unleash everything he got. I mean, from that huge harassment capability compared to Jumper's Luara, he has that early game advantage. He can like easily assist globally if he wants to. Even when he's staying at the farm lane, he's gonna try to unleash some damage from all across the map, and that's what's really good. And you should respect the skin that Ellie has. I mean, just look at that skin. It's really, really hard to find. I mean, you need to grind a lot in order for you to unlock this.
That's true, that's true. In here, we saw the attempt coming from the Wukong to go for a gank. But fortunately enough, there's just enough members on the side of Team Tempest to actually clear off the minion waves. So in the meantime, look at that! Gonna get right away is the Zhangfei. More burst damage, 4 members on the side of Team Shadow actually committing on through that gank. And wow, this is a 2-kill lead so far already by the side of Team Shadow.
You should respect Ellie's Luban number 7. The skins are not for show. It seems like that a mythic Luban number 7 skin, that is what he's grinding for the rest of his life. I mean, after this game, I believe the Team Tempest is gonna respect this.
But Razzie Banks is in a bad position right now. Gonna be poked in here by the members of Team Shadow. But fortunately enough, at least he's able to back away and maybe even try to clear off the lane as well. But the back from Mayid is incoming. Are they gonna go for that commitment? Zhangfei as well is already in here, as well as Selena. They're gonna go all in. Yes, it did. Will there be an ult coming from the Zhangfei? Unfortunately, not anymore, because in here, Wukong will try to go for 1 kill, but he is under tower, taking some damage, trying to stay a little bit, but Blazing Brilliance will actually connect up against the Kaiser, killing him down. What an exchange. Actually, not even exchange. That is actually all in favor of Team Shadow, getting 2 more kills in favor of them.
Beautifully done. I've seen the position of Ying. He was really unreachable when he used the Blazing Brilliance. He was really hard to caught on that one. That gives him the full potential to launch his ultimate at ease. And right now, mid has been so much pressure for the side of Team Tempest. They need to do something about this.
Definitely, they have to do something about this. And down below, you can see how comfortable but serious how the players are actually going for this match right now. And I think it's more on just being a little bit serious. You can look at King Shark right now, very focused on tapping the screen on his phone to get good fights.
I mean, fights are definitely underway. We're talking about 4 minutes here. Both of the epic monster objectives, but Kaisaya, fights are happening!
Yes, definitely fights are happening right now. 1 member again on the side of Team Tempest is down. Blazing Brilliance is actually just dealing so much damage. The burst, and add on that, on top of it is the damage coming from King Sha on his Wukong. So, Fighting Force, there is a need to catch up with this because it's already a 0-6 score. It's just 4-minute game time.
And all those kills happening, most from the bottom lane side, we are seeing Ellie unleashing the full potential of the Luban number 7. I was expecting too much for Jumper because I knew this guy, he's really good with guns. He filled the marksman role so well, but it seems like he's having trouble dealing with Luban number 7 at this rate.
Maybe it's because a different camera view or point of view this time, as it is a MOBA game. But here we go. Ellie is actually in a bot spot. Fortunately, he backed away, but there goes the CC coming from the Xiao Qiao and forcing him to back away. But seems like anyway, Team Tempest is not going to commit onto the bot side to kill off the Luban number 7. But seems like a potential team fight will happen again into the middle lane. Are they going to fully commit? No, not for now. Just going to be clearing off the waves.
We need to see the first kill coming in from Team Tempest, but what's happening here? They are trying to unleash all out here towards the Zhangfei.
Definitely Meteor Storm has been used, but to no afford, not enough damage. So the Wukong was finally actually shot down. Blazing Brilliance connecting onto some members of Team Tempest. But for the meantime, they will be able to survive just a little bit more from that damage. Again, I think that was an overall so far 1-for-1 trade for that particular fight. Meanwhile, our farm laners are just, hanging out in here in the bots.
They are just trying to poke each other out, but for Ellie, is just a few hits away into taking that outer tower in the bot lane. For Ellie dominating his lane so well, he needs to continue. He needs to continue to build those items that he needs right now. But as we can see right now, he has that crit item. He's going for the lifesteal, and he's gonna be packing a punch. But Razzie Binks here, he knew this guy all along.
Nice attempt coming from Razzie Binks in there. Invincible Warrior has been used, unfortunately, but you know what for? They don't have a hard lock target to CC out the Luba number 7. Luba number 7 was able to, knock back them away. But for the meantime, 3 members from the side of Team Tempest actually trying to burst down the life of Luba number 7 all alone. While in the middle lane, there's already seemingly a tower push from the side of Team Shadow, and that will give them a lot of room to roam in the map and get some vision against their opponent.
For Team Shadow, there's no stopping them for getting these Overlord. This is gonna be up for the taking, but that attempt is might.
Oh, here we go with a fight again onto the Overlord pit. Everyone's just going so low, but look where Razzie Binks trying to get the Wukong. Actually, Blazing Brilliance is going to be eaten by the members of Team Tempest, but that's not going to be enough. Seems like the itemization now, the catch-up is paying off. But while that is happening, we can see Luba number 7 already getting a push on the tower. Unfortunately, though, Jumper is actually not able to join the team fights yet. And here we can see Meteor Storm has been used again, but you know what, Fort not going to be killing anyone against Team Shadow.
Wow, Team Shadow at this rate, they are keeping an eye to continue to snowball on this game. For Team Tempest, all that they need to do is to wait for an opportunity to pick off the members of the Team Shadow. They need to find an answer to shutting down Ellie, because Ellie is transitioning to become the killing machine that Team Shadow has. But of course, you have to respect King Shah, just Monkey King as well, because final fights are now happening here.
Uh-oh, in here, one member, it seems, will fall down, but it's gonna get some shield coming from the Dahlia. Xiao Xiao will be able to burst down the life of the Wukong. Is this a potential comeback by Team Tempest? They're trying to go for a chase, but in here, Luba number 7 is actually gonna go for the air support just to shove away the members of Team Tempest. My, oh my, is this the retaliation? Because Team Tempest is catching up definitely in terms of gold.
Time is all they need, Kaisaya. For Team Tempest, they are now taking their time to take some epic monsters objectives. Take the Tyrant at the bot. After they won that fight, they managed to eliminate Ying and King Shah on that encounter. So that gives them a really, really good boost. But oh my, Yin! Anin, he got caught by L.
Yes, and those were just basic attacks. And yes, here they go. Probably they could get a push in here as they have a minion wave flowing already on the top side. And it's all alone. Selena onto the top side, gonna be making use of that Meteor Storm to shove away the members. But will that be enough? Seems like seemingly yes anyway. Just to, kind of shove the waves up top. But still, this will give Team Shadow a position on to potentially taking the Shadow Overload in the game.
Now, for Team Shadow, they're trying to isolate every members of the Tempest.
No smite coming from the roamer right now from Team Tempest this time, because Team Shadow will secure it up. Unfortunately, Zhang Fei will fall down. Though in here, Luara is already going all out, as well as the Xiao Xiao with a Meteor Storm bursting. Now it is a wipeout. Team Tempest is all in for a comeback.
Whoa! That was insane! Just look at that! Breezy! Xiao Qiao gets a triple kill. Selena made sure that their team is gonna bounce back, and this is no time for them to slack off. They need to ensure that they get as much pace as possible, because this is going to be the recover of the Team Tempest. They need to recover from that heavy start that was delivered by Team Shadow.
Wow, oh my, this is gonna look scary now, because you saw the burst damage coming from the Xiao Xiao as well, Selena, even the Luara Jumper already. But let's take a look at the team fight happening right now. Oh, really nice CC coming from the Xiao Xiao. Blazing Brilliance has been used, but Ford not gonna kill any members inside Team Tempest in here. Oh, super low in HP was the Dahlia gonna get killed off by Jumper in there, and that is one member down on the side of Team Shadow. They didn't even need a Mayin on that particular fight, as the Mayin was actually busy on going for that tower push-up.
Boy, oh boy. Now I love where this is going. Early game, Team Shadow is pressing too much in the farm lane, but Brassy Binks is just taking the charge here. He said, we need time, boys. We need time to farm up. And of course, they are now harvesting every bit of time that they invested. They got good items. They are now winning fights. They are becoming more and more durable. Team Tempest right now doesn't want to go towards the 20-minute mark. They wanted to end this before the Tempest Dragon arrives.
I love that, I love that. But as we can see in here already, the tables have turned. It is now a 2k gold lead in favor of Team Tempest. And I think what made that turnaround was the fight a while ago and the steal coming from Edward on the smite. It wasn't much enough on, securing more gold for them, but that was enough to actually stop the members of Team Shadow on further capitalizing on whatever experience and gold that they could get.
Wow, I mean, for Team Shadow, all that they have to do right now is to play defensively. They have to respect Team Tempest at this rate. And now they're becoming more and more confident. And now we can see them trying to at least start up some really, really good and juicy fights. But they don't need to overextend. But look at this, Dean. Is he okay? He's alright. He's went denying the bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, he's putting some pressure on the bottom lane part of the map right now. He could have actually still continued to force some members of Team Tempest to back away as well. But for the meantime, onto the top side, we can see some pros here and there happening right now, forcing the members of Team Tempest to back away. And still, the Wukong King Sha securing his own red buff.
Wow, just look at the difference from earlier. We've seen Team Shadow, but wait a minute! Seems like Team Shadow wants to give it a go.
Yeah. Yes, they are giving it a go, and it was actually the Dolia initiating the team fight right now, but seems like that is actually a mistake. Could it be? Because the Meteor Storm, they are eating all in right now, and BT are at it, killing off one member of Team Shadow as well. So, wow, it is a one-for-one trade though, however, but this gives the best position for Team Tempest to go for the Shadow Overlord take. But Aluva number 7, will he go for a steal? Yes, he will go for a steal! Yes, a good use of air support in there. The burst damage, the DPS. My, oh my. Team Shadow got their position in the map again.
Wow! Team Shadow over-brimming with confidence with that steal coming in from Ellie. It seems like they wanted to end this while they can.
Yes, they have to wait for Razabinks to go up back alive again. And as we can see in here, the team members of Team Shadow just forcing sieging the mid lane as of the moment, while the lane is also catching up. But again, tables still can be possibly turned in here. Just one mistake from either of the teams.
Wow, this is the game we need to focus on. One single mistake can cost this game. I mean, for Tempest to recover that economy from the early game advantage coming from Team Shadow, Team Shadow suffering that kind of mid-game aggression coming in from Team Tempest. But with that steal, objective steal coming in from Ellie, somehow their confidence came back.
Definitely, but more towers is being pushed by the side of Team Tempest, or rather Team Shadow. Lupa number 7 is just looking so scary. Again, the AoE damage to but then again, still, you know, on the side of Team Tempest, they can still possibly turn this around. What they could do is just like potentially burst down the Luba number 7. But how can they do that? Potentially we can have the Mayin kick him out of nowhere in the map, maybe just pick it up. But we're already already starting the clash. You can see the Mayin actually going, and BT are again dying first in the fight. Unbridled outburst has been used, but will this be useful? Meteor Storm being eaten out by the members of Team Shadow, but that will not be enough because the members of Team Shadow here is already going down. But no, look at this double
Razi.
from Ellie in here, and it's now all Razabinks remaining. Will be able to sustain. He needs to back away. He definitely can fight up against 4 members of Team Shadow. Maybe some buy time, but no, because he will fall down. And could this be it? That is the question. It is 14 seconds before Xiao Qiao actually go back alive. He could go for the Meteor Storm, but the question
Oh my.
is that available? BDR Anin is
He's
in
back.
here. Is she gonna go for the push?
Focus.
No! Seems like there is no defense for our blue team. Still though, nice try, Team Tempest. And of course, Team Shadow, congratulations for that Game 1 win.
Game number 1 clearly goes to Team Shadow. We've seen how they did well in the early game, but somehow I kinda like the answer of Team Tempest to that one. Yes, you might be strong in early, but of course, we're the tanky guys. Kaiser, Zhang Fei combination, it did work out quite some time now. This gives Jumper to bounce back because he's struggling a lot when it comes to facing Ellie in the farm lane, but with them becoming the tankier guys. So this gives Jumper some protection that he needs. He managed to at least deal some huge amount of damage, turning the tides around. But another turn of the tide did happen. They did not need as might to steal that Overlord. All they need
That's
is
true.
Ellie Gaming's huge amount of damage in order for them to secure that Shadow Overlord. And with that, it somehow snowballed. It transitioned towards the Team Shadow's victory.
Yes, definitely. And later on, we will show you who could be the MVP. But before we show that one up, we want those people on our live stream to chat. Who do you think is the MVP coming from Team Shadow? Is it Ellie Gaming, Dean KT, Rim Anchor, King Sha Ying? Let us know in the comment section because we are so desperate to know as well. So huge shout out to everyone in here on the chat. Christina5, Who Am I? His name is Who Am I on the stream. And those who are watching on Facebook as well, we can see Marshana, Alebaf, and Onins Manalo as well. So again, VZG, I mean, our game one was so intense. I did not almost expect it to be like that.
Let's talk about the game actually. Let's talk about the items that these guys have. Because early game, Ellie is quite dominating in this lane. He didn't even die. Not until that one time that Team Tempest managed to secure that ace. Ellie did have that huge amount of firepower. He got a lot of crit items, he got a lot of damage items together, partnered it up with some lifesteal, and of course that Cuirass of Savagery to at least keep him up, becoming more and more durable during the time that he's gonna try to withstand. Of course, he was also forced to at least deal that kind of steal into this team. And talking about the items, I mean, just look at Ying focusing on the burst capabilities of the Angela. For Dean, he just needs to have that sustained amount of items. Look at the participation rate. I mean, every time that there's a fight, Edward is quite there. So 100% team fighting for Edward, but somehow during the early game, yes, they have been suffering too much from the aggression from Team Shadow. But of course, considering the amount of Rassi Binks farming up and getting those items that they need, they managed to at least bounce back a little bit. Not until they got stopped by Ellie. So for Team Shadow, they saw this as an opening. They need to respect Team Tempest. They don't want to slack up. They want to take this seriously.
Yes, that's so true. But then again, this is a best of 3 match. We still have like 2 games to go. Possibly a reverse sweep coming from Team Tempest. But maybe they need some cheer from our viewers on the live chat. So make sure you support Team Tempest. Maybe mention Edward, Jumper, Selena Gaming, Razzie or BDR, and whoever you are supporting, regardless of an individual or as a team. Maybe they need some cheering up on the stream. But the momentum is on the side of Team Shadow, currently consisting of Ellie Gaming, Din KT, Rim Anchor, King Sha, and Ying. So maybe they are also just gonna keep that momentum up. So we'll just have to find out. But Vinzi J, do you think they need to, for the side of Team Tempest, do you think they need to ban out a particular hero against Team Shadow?
I know. Luba number 7 is definitely on that list. There's no excuse. Ellie Gaming was so good handling the Luban number 7. He dominated the farm lane. There's no doubt about that. He overfarmed Jumper in that lane. So this gives Tempest the struggles during the early to mid game. So Luban number 7 is definitely gonna make it towards the ban list. So on this game, the MVP would be this guy, Ellie Gaming, as I've said. You have to respect the Luban number 7 because he only died once. He managed to contribute 3 assists while getting 10 kills. Amazing amount of gold, 13.5k. And just look at the numbers, 193k damage for a Luban number 7 alone. This marksman is just way too unstoppable.
That is so true. I mean, I love the formal attire as well in here. So brings more angst onto his MVP screenshot. But yeah, congratulations to Ellie Gaming for being the MVP of that game. In Ellie Gaming, we know him to be playing a lot of games, whether it be mobile or FPS or whatnot. And I think, yes, indeed, he dominated the farm lane because he got the first blood. And first blood definitely will give you a lot more gold. So yeah, I think of course it will not pay off without the visits coming from our Wukong from the side of Team Shadow as well, because the ganks, we saw it, like there were frequent visits as well on that bot side a while ago, as well as the Dolia getting her way into the Gorge, which we know usually is actually banned out.
Well, let's see if Dolia is also going to make it into the banned prison, because those annoying heroes somehow had become a kit for them to secure that victory. And that's why Team Shadow emerged victorious. For Tempest, they need to win this next game. Okay? For Team Shadow, actually, Team Shadow, they need to win one more to call this a day, to call this match. It's all theirs if they win this. But for Team Tempest, of course, I know that they don't want that to happen. They're going to be forcing a game number 3 no matter what.
Yes, that's true. How about the people in the live chat? We better ask them. Do you want this to become a 2-1 or a 2-0? Let us know in the live chat section. And again, don't forget to share the live stream, especially for your friends who are just starting to play Honor of Kings. This is Honor of Kings Southeast Asia All-Star Showmatch. If you're curious, this is just a way to start the KIS2 later on in this afternoon. So I'm so excited, and I guess this is a very preheated match that we had. Again, game 1, it was just so unexpected. We went into the late game event. Unfortunately, not the final showdown, but it was okay because there were a lot of exchanges of kills or lead. But we take a look at the highlights. As we see on that one, that was the first blood that Ellie was actually able to get into, forcing them to actually get the early advantage. Actually, they started off with a 0-6, if I recall correctly, lead on like around up until 6-minute game time.
When they got Edward in this specific kind of matchup, they also trade King Shah on that one. Yes, they got what they want, but of course, they overextend because Rasibix somehow found that opportunity to catch back. And now for Team Tempest, they're doing their best to at least fend off Team Shadow. And they were forced to at least go back towards their base. And this is not the question of who. It's about the question on who is going to survive and what are they gonna bring to the plate. You know, things are just getting messy in these Heroes Gorge, but you see how they run. We also see an ace towards this game, but these team fight dictate it all.
That's true, that's true. Arian's just playing front to back, to be honest, in here for both sides. And in here, I think this was the moment wherein Razzie, or rather Ellie, was actually able to steal off just by making use of the air support a while ago. And yes, lots of team fights happen, unfortunately, from the fight, but in the end, they still won. Again, mistakes happen. I guess Ellie carried the game all too well as well, with a nice protection and reset coming from the support Dolia as well. But then again, that was just game 1. Still potential comeback for Team Tempest. So I guess everyone just support them on the chat. Maybe we call on the names of our viewers. Zero Gunner, Yaina, Noom. Let us know in the chat who do you think, or if you're rooting for Team Tempest or Team Shadow. Maybe also Jo Marie, Belches, and Benjo Mamangon. You guys tell us in the chat who you are supporting. Is it Team Shadow or Team Tempest?
That is what we want to know. We wanted to know the pulse of the masses. We wanted to know your thoughts about this game. Who do you think is going to win this second game? I mean, Team Shadow, they managed to unleash their inner fury. They managed to set up their momentum towards this game. They managed to have a good start. So, do you think that Team Shadow is going to snowball their way through to end this in a 2-0 note? Or are we going to see Team Tempest finally bouncing back into this game and forcing a decider match? Because we cannot deny the fact that Team Tempest is just respecting that fact. They're just waiting for that keys to victory. They're just waiting for that opportunity for them to bounce back, just like Razibix is doing. They're just working way too hard. But, of course, it got denied by Team Shadow. So, game number 3 or not? Your thoughts, guys?
We'll have to find out. And yes, I think what makes me curious as well is that will we be able to see some of the recently patched heroes like that of the Ollie, as well as the Dr. Bian and Neza and Lianpo as well, because we did not see them in the game a while ago. So if there are early users in here, maybe Lianpo as well as Neza, let us know in the live chat, because this heroes has been recently buffed.
Well, let's talk about the teams that let's talk about the heroes actually that benefited from the recent patch. You know, talking Arlie a lot. I know that you prefer to see Arlie in fights, but are we definitely going to see Arlie in this game? I mean, for L Gaming, let's assume that Lubans is gonna get banned. So, will he use an Arlie for us, or is it gonna be Jumper?
Yeah, either. I mean, I'm rooting for them to make use of the Arlie. So, you saw your Angela already. I want to see my Arlie as well. So, we'll have, and I saw my Rome hero as well, which is Dolia. But I think let's head on to our second game, drafting phase. We now switch sides this time. We now have Team Shadow on the blue side and Team Tempest on the red side. So, still a high-no prio ban in here by Team Shadow.
For Hino, it seems like they don't want some annoying poke mage. I mean, Hino, he can like definitely go for jungle, he can like definitely go mid for most of the time, but he got that kit. He got that kit to poke down some enemy heroes during the early game. And of course, we do love his ultimate. The Fate Rewind, it enables him to turn back the clock into his last position. That's really good if he wanted to escape a near-death experience. If he's gonna almost die, he just need to toggle that down, that Fate's Rewind. But not only that, Fate Rewind also applies towards the tower. So the AoE that Ano has, if there's a tower within its range, he can like return that tower into that previous state. Imagine a tower being taken out, but if you manage to use Fate Rewind just in time, you can take your tower back.
That's true, that's true. Still, Dolia is left open in here on the side of Team Shadow. And usually the combo that you do not want to see is the Kaiser and Dolia combo. So this is going to be looking scary again on the side of Team Shadow if we see a Dolia being secured in here as their roam of Shadow. Because this is going to be, you know, just unlimited ultimates, an almost unkillable Kaiser in here if that so happens. You couldn't imagine the invincible warrior is just literally invincible.
Literally invincible. I mean, we've seen Razibix utilize this hero.
Oh no, here. Oh wait.
Yeah, there you go. You can do it. Right? You're pointing it the right way.
I can do it.
There you go. You can point Reem. Reem's hero here is gonna be Dolia. I mean, he used Dolia again. We've seen Team Shadow utilizing the Dolia, but they're not gonna let Razi use the Kaiser once again. So for the Tempest, they're gonna be having the Angela. Might as well have a fair swap because you got our Dolia. We're gonna get your Angela. So for them to partner up with some Lian Po and some good Dongwang, one of the heroes that I miss. You know that I've been talking about Dongwang a lot of times because Liang just outshone Dongwang in the current patch or the current meta that we have.
Yeah, I mean, Lee Young in here has definitely more CC luck, you know, even though his first skill is just that of like a mini stun, but it's super wide, you know, it's like a layer, it's like 4 doors layer wherein, you know, you cannot pass or else you will get this mini stun. So I think that's the main advantage. Plus, of course, more magic damage coming from the Lee Young as well. Although, of course, both has really good ultimate suppression. And yeah, I think they need to plan out something in here. On Team Tempest needs to plan out something on potentially canceling out the sustain that Team Shadow has because of the Dolia and the Kaiser combination, which really shook to me to be left away here in the game by Team Tempest. But so far, the bans, we are banning out farm laners and mid laners as this has not yet been picked by Team Shadow as of yet. So, but Arlie's still open in here, so I'm really hoping.
Arlie's open, Luban number 7 is open. If Ellie
Yeah,
can stick to Luban, it did work on their first game. So if Ellie did stick to Luban, that means Ellie is not wasting any time. He wanted to win this in a 2-0 fashion, but I'm gonna try new heroes. Forget about Luban. Okay, it's time for me to flex my other. No, okay, Luban for me. What? Why do I fix something that is not broken?
That's true. That's true. I mean, if it worked so well a while ago, and he even got an MVP, so sure, why not? But we will be expecting a lot of AoE damage with the Luba number 7 as well as the Milady in here. Add to that up the Doya, which can reset all of the amazing ultimates, playmaker ultimates of the Kaiser and the Ruba number 7 as well. But here, because there is a Prince of Lanling on the side of Team Tempest, they definitely would want to look for mid to late game. Early to mid game only, because on the late game, it's gonna be hard for the Prince of Lanling to, you know, catch up, get some kills and all that.
He's a really, really good assassin. Prince of Lanling, once he gets close to you, he can like burst you down, and he also had that stun capability. He can like lock you down into place, dish out some huge amount of damage. That is what an assassin does. And for Dassy Binks, okay, you get my Kaiser. I'm gonna be using another effective hero in the form of Landling. And they have to make sure that Dassy Binks' hero, the Prince of Landling, can scale up really, really well. But that may be the front, or they may be relying on Jumper when it comes to damage, because Jumper still, he is the range marksman after all. He can provide a lot of good and unique range damage on this game. So Lady Sun, are we gonna see some good Lady Sun up against the Luban number 7 of Ellie?
Why not? Why not? Definitely the Lady Sun can match up in the laning phase here, but of course she will definitely need to take advantage of the pokes, because there's a lot of crits that the Lady Sun can actually build up. But for the meantime, looking at the map right now, there's not much aggressive play except for our Prince of Landling, Razzie Binks eyeing onto the top side. Super low on HP is actually Din KT. Is this gonna be a first blood? Yes, it is gonna be a first blood for the Prince of Landling, and definitely that's the what a Prince of Landling is gonna be eyeing for.
I should ask Dean if he's okay with that first blood being delivered by Razzie Binks. Right now, we can see the focus. Even Dean right now, after that first blood frustration, he is now biting his lip. I wanted to get back to Razzie. I wanted to at least punish him hard. He's ruining my game.
Definitely. I mean, he's hiding in the map. So, talking about hiding, yes, indeed, he hid again, trying to burst down the Dolia, but the Dolia was actually able to flash out, but to no afford, because he will still get hit by Edward. But on the other end of the map, the Kaiser will actually get on a kill up against BTR Amin onto the top side, evening out the score to a 1-1 kill.
Wow, I mean, they are trying to at least even up the game. They're just trying to at least rally up when it comes to eliminations. Okay, you might as well get the kill. We're gonna be powering that up. We're gonna be trying to at least get one from you. And Milady's potentiality to annoy the mid lane. I mean, I honestly don't want Milady on my mid lane. He's just way too annoying. He provides a lot of damage and he can like push towers way too easily. That's why I hate that hero too much.
Understandable. Hey, but for the meantime, ooh, 1v2 situation out there. The backup came from the Dolia a little bit late, but she's in danger right now. These are 3 members on the side. Team Temp is going to be bursted down by the blazing brilliance. No escape. And here, Razibix trying to get a particular target. Ying is in danger as of the moment. Will get bursted down, but the backup came from King Sha in here, shutting down our Razibix. But still, a 1-for-1 trade.
Wow. King Sha. I mean, he's the king of shutting down. Okay, I like the pun. No pun intended, but it rhymes. It works. King Sha, he's using the hero that Razibix used in game number 1. And right now, he's showing that this is how I use the Kaiser. I am dominating the early game. For you, you need to farm up, you need to be tanky, you need to find ways in order for you to get those items. So right now, I can easily kill, even without items.
That's true. But for the man, oh, gonna get held in here is the Dolia, or rather, Ellie is not able to breathe on the bot side because he got suppressed by the Dongwon with a Forsaken contract, but they're not even stopping in here because the fight's still ongoing. Razibix is just going all out with the assassination play. It's gonna be pushed back by the Dolia though, but we'll go back into action to get more kills. Killing of the Mayin as well, but Blazing Brilliance again has and more kills, triple even for Razibix.
The ninja has came to town. Razibix utilizing your Prince of Lanling way too well, getting that early advantage, and now he's not stopping. He wants to go mid.
Trying to go for that combo coming from Angela. Woof! Our roamer in here told him to back away. Reem. Actually, that fits her, right? Reem Roam. Roam Anchor. Reem Anchor. So I like that. I like that he is actually the support in here. But topside 1v2 situation. Is he gonna be locked in? Fortunately enough, Mayin is a mobile one.
Well, Mayin, he needs to at least be fast on his feet. We all know the capabilities of him or her making some combination of skills. He can do whatever she wants. And of course, he can like unleash her inner potential. But fights are happening here at bot, Kaisaya.
Yes, indeed. And Razibix is actually here. Gonna get the kill, got that kill up against the Dolia. Almost close to death was Ellie because of that Dongwon damage. And here we go. Tower push in favor of Team Tempest this time. My oh my, they are really turning the tables around for this whole series. But 1v1 situation in the middle lane, BTR Anin versus King Sha. Ooh, he is definitely not respecting BTR Anin here, but 3 members now with a backup. Blazing Brilliance will be there, but will not connect enough for the damage output. Now, well, members of Tempest will be forced to just back away.
Team Shadow confidence. They wanted to make some space for themselves. They wanted to expand their territory. They knew Razibix is stalking the entire jungle camps, and now they're waiting for the perfect opportunity to start a fight.
Oh, fight is ongoing right now. 4v5 situation in the moment. Lacking members on the side of Team Shadow. Lupa number 7 is actually not in here, but what can they do? Lady Sun Jumper is already on the high. And now, though, but that is a good exchange. But still, I mean, that is still a 2-for-2 trade overall. But Team Tempest seems like they will not allow Team Shadow to actually go for a mid-push.
Of course, they won't allow this. They cannot allow Team Shadow to snowball. They don't want Team Shadow to win this game. Team Tempest, they are hanging on by a thread. And if they lose this game, it's gonna be Team Shadow who will emerge victorious on this KOS showdown. Southeast Asian KOLs, by the way, are fighting up against each other. But for Team Tempest, We need this last chance. We need to force a decider. We need game number 3, and that's why we cannot afford Team Shadow to dominate this game.
That's true, that's true. In here, though, we can see the Lienfo going all in already with a Tremor Smash. Will this be enough, though? Members are actually going down to the side of Team Shadow. My, oh my, the damage is just... oh, but look at that! That is a shutdown onto Razzie Binks. Is this a potential comeback that we're going to be looking for? Razzie Binks trying to sustain, or rather King Sha is rather to sustain the damage, but seems like he will fall down with a burst coming from Jumper 2. 3 members down on the side of Team Shadow. Is this it? Blazing Brilliance, quite unfortunate, not long enough to actually reach the members of Team Shadow behind the tower.
Team Tempest now applying the pressure towards Team Shadow. They're taking towers, and now they need to find the last set of outer towers. They definitely need to go towards the top lane, but for now, it's gonna be the side quest. It's gonna be the epic monster that is going to be the Overlord, which they easily got.
Yes, that's true. And with this Overlord, they will be able to go for a push. But for the meantime, they said, we want to take down Mayin first before anything else. And go for more tower pushes up top. But Team Shadow has a different plan. Seems like they want to go for a mid push instead to at least make things even, just like that.
Now the Tempest, for the Tyrant, being taken out here by both of the teams. Team Shadow is keeping an eye towards this. Might to secure that objective.
And yes, secured objective by King Sha in here, our Kaiser, despite members of Team Tempest trying to recontest that area as well, the pit of the Tyrant. But here we go. Now they're gonna go back onto the chill side, but then again, the map advantage is in favor of Team Tempest right now.
They are unleashing everything they got here. Team Tempest, they knew they had the advantage. They're not letting this advantage slip. Just like what happened in game number 1. They cannot afford Team Shadow to make a comeback out of this game. They're in the winning position. They need to apply heavy pressure towards the Team Shadow.
That's true, but for the meantime, let's take a look at the fight happening. Blazing Brilliance just killed off Ying, not the Ying hero, okay? Ying player, influencer, was using the Milady on the side of Team Shadow. And yeah, this is, I think, Team Tempest just wanting to capitalize on their current lead. But you know what, LinZG, I do still... oh, but hang on, okay? Fair enough, so we'll be able to survive that. Luba number 7. Fortunately enough, the damage coming out from Selena. But yeah, there is still the potential comeback in here from the side of Team Shadow. But the question is, what is the strategy that they need to do to make a comeback? That is the question.
Well, if we can recall what happened in game number 1, all I can suggest, but wait a minute, suppresses are happening.
Wait a minute, the coffee is hot. Luba number 7 is gonna fall down onto the hands of the Prince of Landling in here. Double kill even. No more duo laters in here from the side of Team Shadow. Everyone just forced to back away. 2 members left. King Sha on the Kaiser defending the base. Mayin Din KT is forced to back away after attempting to go for a clearing of waves up top because he's definitely not gonna be safe in there. But this is the moment to get more epic. Oh, oh my goodness, what just happened in here? Nice try though. Razzie Binks dying onto it, I think because they still have the primal bond in here. So what is the primal bond? Is actually the debuff that our epic monster has if you kill off another epic monster.
Well, for now, unfortunately for Razzie, he's gonna get caught in the Shadow Tyrant. But Team Shadow, are they becoming more and more confident? Are they willing to fight Team Tempest at this rate? But for now, I can see the patience. For Ellie, this is not the Luban that I've seen earlier. We need to see that Ellie from game number 1 for Team Shadow to bounce back from this game.
That's that's true, but not his fault because, oh, Prince of Flatly is just like way too much shields here and there, but unfortunately not enough actually from the burst damage coming up from the Selena in here, the Angela user, and now it's one member down. King Sha in here is not available. What can they do? Team Shadow in here, they need the air support to become available to clear off the minion waves easily.
Ooh. Team Tempest not wasting any time. They don't want to reach 15 minutes. And now we can see the Blazing Brilliance being activated by Selena. But wait!
Wait, there's more because in here we can see the Lupa number 7 falling down as well and getting suppressed. It's one more member. Dinkade wasn't able to do anything in here. So much damage as well coming from the Angela and the Kaiser actually forcing it already, wanting to kill the members of Team Tempest in here, shutting down the latest suit. He's so mad right now. So much to say in here will be able to survive despite dealing with a lot of members, but that is his last attempt. Still a wipeout for Team Shadow and potentially even. No, they're not gonna be able to end this because we have number 7 in here shotting down the Angela. And yeah, who I thought that was it already. There is still hope for Team Shadow.
There is still hope for Team Shadow. If they defend it right, if they defend this tight, they need to fend off Team Tempest. They are gonna try to attempt and break their base as fast as they can. They even rushed mid, but with the Angela and Lian Po, with Anin and Selena working together, they're the only ones available to push. Damage isn't enough. But for Ellie to defend it right in time, they are prolonging this game in their favor.
Nice attempt for a Gaki there by Team Shadow, but that is a tank we're talking about. You don't want to start off with a Lian or else you're just going to be wasting off your skills. Usually you would want to eye for a Lady Sun or an Angela in here to get caught off guard on the bushes, but it was the Lian Po, unfortunately, in that particular side of the map.
Ooh, Team Shadow chasing down Razzie being stealthy. He's really quick on his fade, but Team Tempest here wants to make this quick. They wanted to start a fight in the Shadow Overlord side.
Quite dangerous though because Ying has been forced to flash away. They're trying to go for a burst damage. Milady will fall down. And in here on the other end of the map is still going to be continued to fight. We can see the Dongwang trying to find the perfect target for the suppress. Who is going to be forsaken with his contract? That is the question. But with that, shoving away the members of Team Shadow, Team Tempest will be able to start off the Shadow Overlord.
Easy securing of the Shadow Overlord. They took down the Shadow Overlord with ease. There's no competition, there's no contestments because Team Shadow, they were forced to defend their base, and now Team Tempest is gonna go after their high ground tower, the bot, and now we can see Selena trying to unleash that blazing brilliance towards the members of Team Shadow.
Quite an early blazing brilliance in there with no CC or slow, but we can see Razibix is finding the right target in here. They need some vision. Where is Razibix? I have not seen the itemization though if they got that vision item support, but maybe we'll be able to see later on in the results. But looking good so far still for Team Tempest. Again, though, in this kind of situation, you can't say, you cannot just quit because they're just like what we've seen. Actually, especially in high tier rank game, there is still some hope or way to come back in here. Just some mistake, like potentially just shutting down Selena or Jumper from the game, and maybe even Razibinks, so that there will be no damage dealers from the side of Team Tempest. But the Shadow Overlord, or rather the Shadow Tyrant, this is gonna give them some buff. Of course, the Chain Lightning buff that will give them some extra magic damage in the clashes.
And they're using it right now. Look at the magical damage coming in from Selena. The Angela is just trying to use his skills non-stop. I mean, from Chaos Cinders to Blazing Brilliance. It's gonna be a brilliant play to end this right now, while Team Tempest has the advantage.
Yes, that is so true. You shoutouts, by the way, to Kaibigang also watching the stream right now. But while that was happening, we can see in here the members of Team Tempest already eyeing onto the crystal right now. The birdie bursting down the members a 1-1 score.
1-1 score. Team Shadow found that game number 3 that they're looking for. They wanted to win so bad. They wanted to force a decider, and with that, Razivic's effort playing that Prince of Lanling, it was well done. And we've seen Selena from Team Tempest. He's dealing a lot of magical damage. They're soaking it up. I mean, they're not giving any room for the opposing team to catch up. And that's why we're going to be seeing game number 3, guys. Game number 3 is happening.
Yes, and I love that because it seems like it's just a best of one all over again. It seems like the first 2 games is a way to, get yourselves to be familiar in the comfort heroes of your opponents. Now that we know Luba number 7 is actually the best pick of LE Gaming, Dolia is being prioritized by by the team of LE Gaming as well, which is Team Shadow. So yeah, gonna be so exciting if in the 3rd round, we might see finally some respect bands.
They are gonna respect each other. Let's talk about best of 3. Let's forget about that because we are heading towards this 1 game decider match. Let's forget about the first 2 games that happened, but let's talk about the game number 2 first before we head over to our decider match. Just look at the items. Just look at how much Selena focused on burst. He got Magical Pierce, he got that anti-tank, he got that burst damage coming in from the Scepter of Reverberation. I mean, for Selena, he's very, very tempted to unleash his inner Tempest in him. And that is why he was the MVP. But hats off to the other guys who contributed to the efforts of Team Tempest as well. Let's talk about Anin's Lian Po. He sets up a really, really good fight with the Burst Ram and Tremor Smash combination. For Edward, all that we see right here is that Forsaken contract, which gives the capability for Selena and Razivix to single-handedly focus on a single target. And as for Jumper, all he does is to jump or to roll because of the Lady Sun's capability to dish out a huge amount of physical damage for their team.
That's true, that's true. I mean, even the Lianpo is actually buffed in here. He's still so tanky. What more, he's got buffed with extra damage. And at the same time, I saw in the itemization a while ago, unfortunately, the Dolia didn't have the enchantment of Guardian Radiance. So, not allowing he and his team to get that vision as to where the Prince of Lanling is. So, that's gonna be quite tricky, where if you don't have enough information, that's definitely hard. That's why we say sometimes information is key to actually plan out something. So I guess this is a lesson learned for all of our viewers in here, especially those just starting in Honor of Kings.
Well, we learned something from this fight. Of course, if you are relatively new to this game, well, this is good news. I mean, the global launch just happened 2 or 3 weeks ago, so it's not too late for you guys to try this game out. But let's talk about the MVP of this game. We definitely need to give this guy his flowers. Selena Gaming with his Angela. 11 kills, 10 assists. Only died once. Just look at the amount of gold. 11.1k total gold for this Angela. Look at the amount of damage. It's quite high. 140.1k, and he only took 48 damage from the opposing side. Selena Gaming, he was well protected, and he deserves his flower. He is the MVP for this game.
Definitely blazing brilliance all over. He was present primarily in all of the clashes. I think they worked well together with the Lianpo, allowing that capability to actually commit on those gangs that they have decided to do. And then again, I mean, I think it's time. Maybe there's even no need to ban out the Luba number 7 because they managed to actually defeat Team Shadow without even banning LE Gaming's Luba number 7. So maybe it's just about a matter of giving the Prince of Landling onto Razibinks, maybe, right? Because he was so aggressive in committing onto those gangs that he did a while ago.
I agree. And even Rasibik doesn't even care about Kaiser going towards the other side. I have a lot of hero pools. I can use Lanling. And if you're gonna ban it out and if you're gonna try to steal that out, well, you might be well prepared because we might see another Rasibik's hero to be unleashed or to be revealed towards this game. This is the beauty of this All-Star show match. I mean, if you guys wanted to at least get into the Honor of Kings action, since this is quite relatively new to us, I mean, the esports events is just way there. After this, we're gonna be preparing for the KAS Season 2. Invitational series happening in Malaysia. I believe the players there were preparing for a really good fight from themselves. But right now, the KOLs that we have here, they're gonna be preparing for this decider match, Kaisaya.
Yes, and what a heated way to actually hit off and start off KAS2. So I love how our KOLs are giving all their best in here, showing us each of the heroes how to play it in the map, how the rotation in Honor of Kings work in this game as well. And again, to those who just tuned in, this is Honor of Kings Southeast Asia All-Star Show Match, bringing you the action between 5 or rather 10 different KOLs and influencers from 5 different countries across Southeast Asia. And you can see them in action. You can see the webcams. I love it, how chill they are, how focused they are. It's a mix of different like emotions and setups in there.
It's a different mix of those emotion. I mean, since they're KOLs, there's no doubt that they still have that love for the game. They're gamers, in fact. They're here. They're playing the game. And for Honor of Kings, this is a game that you need to take it very seriously. So no doubt for them to at least make sure that they need to win every games that they play. But talking about the last game, the game number 2, just look at how active Rasibinks is with the Prince of Lanling. He's very actively rotating towards the map.
That's true, that's true. It was like so aggressive. He knows which one to target, he knows which one to prioritize. But to know, I mean, even King Sha, he did win from game 1 a while ago. But in here, you can see his aggressiveness as well. I think what King Sha just only needs is actually the backup, the timing of the backup to be present for him to be able to do what he can. Especially that he has a Dolia in the lineup. Most of the time, you would want the Kaiser and the Dolia to rotate all together. But for the meantime, continuing on to Clash, you can see 5-man members on the side of Team Shadow trying to go for a defensive play against Team Tempest, and they win. And unfortunately, that's not something that they weren't able to consistently just do from game 2. But for sure, that is a lesson learned and potentially can still be able to come back. But at the same time, look at Selena's blazing brilliance, just connecting up against the members of Team Shadow so fluently.
Wow, I mean, with the advantage that Team Tempest has, they are not letting this one slide. Just like what happened in game number 1. Yes, we might slip that opportunity away thanks to Ellie giving the win towards Team Shadow, but this time around, we're gonna take this one seriously. We're gonna be ending this while we have the advantage. And look at the pressure, the amount of pressure that Team Tempest has, and they're not showing any mercy. They wanted a game 3. They wanted a decider. They wanted to show or to know who is the better team among the two.
That's true, that's true. It makes me wonder too. Now it's so hard to decide, to be honest, because one of the teams, they have their, you know, competency in actually wanting to get the win for their team. And again, this is no battle between countries because everyone is a representative for each team for each country. So I love that, and now it's just a matter of voting if you are for Team Tempest or Team Shadow. Well, Shadow is between the Shadow Tyrant and the Shadow Overlord is between 10 to 20 minutes game time. Team Tempest is past 20-minute game time, so it's now up to you if you want to take that. Is it gonna be Team Tempest winning the game because it's a late game, or is it gonna be Team Shadow winning the game because they want to finish the game early on, just before 20-minute game time? It's all up to you guys to decide. Let us know in the live chat. Share the live stream as well. Huge shoutouts to Nate Daraman, Jack me now, as well as those watching on Facebook, Makilingaya and JM Katalbas. Make sure you share the stream to your friends and your playmates.
Well, we need to share this game. We need to. If you're not trying this game, you're missing out a lot. No doubt about that. You need to have Honor of Kings. You see how the KOLs are definitely having fun. This game is a mixture of fun. It all has that seriousness as well. You cannot be competitive if you're not having fun, and that is what these KOLs are doing. For the Southeast Asian All-Star Show match, this is going to be the final game. Whoever wins this will be crowned as the first ever Southeast Asian All-Star KOL champion. And I can't wait to see who's gonna be it.
I wonder too, but let's head on to our last game, the drafting phase, anytime soon. But make sure you guys hold up onto your chairs, because me and Visage will hold up onto our chairs as well as we head on to our game 3. That's gonna happen soon. But yeah, I think I still want to see the Ollie, man. No Ollie, but I love the fact that there was a Lienpo so far for our support coming from the side of Team Tempest, which was used by I think if was it Anin a while ago who made use of the Lienpo a while ago. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's take a look at move forward to our game 3 drafting phase. Here we go.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The final game between Team Tempest and Team Shadow. Let's see who's gonna be in the prison. But this is relatively new, Kaisaya. No Angela for game 3. Bye-bye for you. Each and every one that has an Angela, they benefit too much from the Angela. Might as well remove this one from the game.
Yes, that's right. I mean, Angela, so little cooldown. I think that was like about 15 seconds if it's in max skill and 20 seconds if it's in level 1. So you really don't want to deal with an Angela, especially there's the potential to be actually prioritized by Team Tempest, as we saw it a while ago, being utilized so well by their team. But creation of space is what Team Tempest would want to do this time with a Princess Frost secure. And seems like they want to match it with another Frosty Lady Jen here, huh?
Ooh. I mean, things are heating up. I understand the logic. Things are heating up thanks to the Angela. Earlier in the previous 2 games that we have, but right now, let's just try to take the chill pill. Let's try to at least thaw ourselves. Let's just try to have that refresher. Princess Frost, Lady Jen, we're gonna be chilling out the mid lane, but the supports, the roamers, they're gonna be doing some extra efforts. So it's gonna be Zhang Fei and of course Anin with the Lian Po again to start things off. So who's gonna be it? I mean, both of these teams, they don't have the marksman, but it's gonna be the fills that they need to fill. I mean, Anin or Lian Po can still go clash lane, but most likely roaming is gonna be the way to go. So if I assume both, they're gonna be targeting the clash laners and the farm laners. The side laners are gonna be making it into the ban pool.
Yes, for our second phase, and I love how they're answering each other back in here with their Banson pick, because we now can see like, okay, there's so much to stay with the Lienpo as well as the Kaiser, but why not match it up with another fighter jungler in here in the form of a Musashi to match it up with a Zhang Fei as well as him as well. So like you mentioned a while ago, we don't have farm laners as of yet in here, so they are gonna go into the ban pool for the second phase with the Renji making it out in the list. Seems like, however, I don't think there's not gonna be a Luma number 7 ban in here if they're confident enough, because again, they dealt with us so well a while ago, so maybe no need. Oh, but no, maybe they're thinking maybe this is the only farm laner of Ellie Gaming, so maybe might as well just bat it out, and let's let him go to his uncomfortable pick. But makes me wonder, because Ellie Gaming, we know him to play a lot of MOBA games as well.
Yeah, he's very, very good. He's very, very quite familiar. Not only with the Luban, but he's gonna be trying out something new. Consort EU is something new that he needs to try out on this game, and he's gonna lock it off. So for Consort EU, one good thing about this is he can manage to deal out a pretty decent amount of damage, and at the same time, he can like evade the physical damage. This is what's really good about the consort you. He needs to be protected, but as a marksman, he can deal out a huge amount of damage. But for Jumper, is he gonna stick with Luara again? That's interesting.
For sure, why not? I mean, just give the good farm enough for a Luara, and definitely he can go for that, clash win. Partner it up even more with a good roaming supporting. And now your question has been answered. Seems like it's gonna be a Lienpo clash lane and Gui Gutsu support in here or roam for the side of Team Tempest. No, so now that they have a Gui Gutsu support in here for the side of Team Tempest, we might expect a lot of ganks as well. And they're gonna be dealing with a lot of CC too. But that was also answered back with a Futsu pick in here on the side of Team Tempest, because they've got in here that's the Sage Might that could lock out and suppress particular targets.
Well, talking about locking some players down. If they manage to play their pick of cards right, they can easily snowball their way towards the victory. And talking about snowball, there's only one team that can snowball all throughout this game. Yes, they can play fair, they can play on their same amount of energy. It's all about controlling the tempo. Make sure you play it fast, you play it slow. So it's up to you on how are you gonna hold it. And now, we're gonna be nearing the conclusion of this All-Star Showdown of the KOLs in the Southeast Asia. Once again, Kaisaya and Vince G will be bringing you the action here on the Heroes Gorge.
That is so true. Back to say, it is water versus ice right now. Yes, indeed. From water, we turn into ice. Water and actually fire. We turn into an icy game for our third game. But for the meantime, we can see the aggressiveness play coming from Team Tempest right now in the bot side with Jumper on the Luara as well as Edward on the Gui Gutsu. But there's a rotation coming from Razzie Binks in here. Potentially would attempt to go for a gank on the bot side. Top is pretty chill at the moment, but everyone's so far contesting on the bot.
Even top mid was chill, but top was way chiller. I mean, it's not the amount of mages, ice mages that we have here, but of course, fights are happening here in the bottom jungle.
Talking about the icy, here's the ice coming from our Lady Jen Ying. A really nice way to actually lock out or see some targets like that of Razzie Binks and Edward, forcing them to be killed off in that particular invade. And this is a good start for the side of Team Shadow right now.
Wow, good start. First blood, first advantage for them. But of course, that is not gonna be enough. They need to snowball. They need to get objectives. Towers, more kills, more items. Lian Po forced an ult towards the Futsu. But fights are underway. I mean, Clash versus Clash Lane is definitely intense.
Definitely intense, but I think Luara needs to be very careful in his position in the map right now, because we can see Reem finding the right opportunity, but the backup is incoming with the Princess Frost as well as Edward on Gui Gutsu in here. Okay, he's just giving the vision. I love that. I love this bush play that Reem has done in the game. You don't really have to force fight always, but give the information, because that's how you can actually only do it here in the Gorge.
The Gorge right now full of heroes that wanted to at least make things work. And now we can see Gui Guzi try to pull something out.
Actually, the unbridled outburst has been forced to use in here by the Zhang Fei. But then again, no casualties from that one. Seems like both of the teams would want to play it a little bit safe this time in Game 3.
Ooh, I mean, back to farming. We need to make an extra work. We need to get those items up. Because for Team Shadow, they're leading in economy. 400 to 500 gold lead. Now we can see that the Lady Jen is actually enjoying the solo mid engagement. He's just trying to control every minion wave that's happening. But luckily, I mean, Selena is going to go back towards his mid lane. But okay, you can like take mid. We're going to be focusing on something else. Are we gonna go for rotations? Well, Musashi, he's gonna find something else here. He's not gonna go for Princess Frost instead, but Seems like he's gonna rotate bottom towards to where Guiguzi and Luara is.
But do take note, Kuigusi in here is actually, have some movement speed for himself as well as for his teammates. But the backup is incoming, as you can see from the Princess Proud. But I think also on the top side, something is happening with the Futse as well as our Lianpo up top. Seems like super low on HP is added already, and seems like he will actually fall down. But the backup is incoming, a 1-for-1 trade on the top side. Meantime, on the bot side, we saw how Team Shadow secured the Tyrant, the first Tyrant of the game. But for Team Tempest, they want to answer it back by going for the Overload this time.
Overlord up for grabs. There's no one stopping Razzie Binks at this rate. He's gonna secure the Overlord. He's gonna secure that Vanguard that's gonna come out anytime soon. For Reem, all that he needs to do is to protect Ying at all costs. Well, as Kaisaya said, we're not talking about the hero, but we're talking about the KOL Ying, who's currently playing Lady Jen.
That's true, just to avoid confusion. But here we go, it is still, even out in terms of gold in here, almost just 1k less than even. But as we can see in there, Ellie just forced to flash away back to safety, and as farm laner, you usually would just want to avoid death. But for the meantime, an invade is happening onto the jungle camp of Team Shadow in here as well. Teleport is being used by the Lianpo to assist back in a potential team fight that could happen. Could be a 5 versus 4 clash, but everyone's just backing away for now.
They need to back it out. They need to make sure that they have the upper hand here. Yes, they got the advantage, but they cannot be greedy. They cannot risk anything. But for Dean, I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna take down the outer tower. Here comes Guiguzi. Edward wants to at least pull it off with the Animist.
Oh, quite unfortunately, that Sazy did not work out with a We could see attempt for a play. Everyone's just kind of different from game 1 and game 2 that we have witnessed, right? Everyone in here says, okay, I'm gonna go, but no, I changed my mind, I'm just gonna back away. So everyone's just quite undecisive in this game 3 right now. So just tussle here and there, just everyone just waiting for their power spike to come in.
Yeah, power spikes, they need to make sure that they reach that certain amount of level and that item in order for them to unleash their maximum potential. For Jumper, he's kind of free. Having Ellie punishing him in game number 1 with the Luba number 7, that's a good decision for banning it out. So this gives Jumper so much confidence with the Luara, and now he's very, very confident in holding the Luara. He's not even stopping. He wants to go towards Team Shadow, but wait a minute. It seems like they wanted to give it a go on the top lane.
Wait a minute, the coffee is indeed hot 2v1 situation in the river side. Ult has been used by the Kaiser, killing off the Futsu, but that not going to be enough because he's still die onto the hands of King Sha in here. Winter is here by the Princess Frost. Zhang Fei has used his ult to go for the unbridled outburst, but everyone's just going for the all-in, and look at that ult coming from the Lianpo as well. But here, still damage, a free hit coming from the Luara right now. Will he be able to kill more members? Going on some really nice backup in here to set up more team fights. And in trying to go for a chase, but there is a different target prioritization by Jumper, showing off his skill as a marksman. In here, more kills coming from the side of Team Tempest. Triple kill even, and a potential push up top.
Potential push, and with that, Team Tempest will not be stopped taking down their tower. We've seen the efforts of Dean, KT, taking Team Tempest outer top tower, but for Team Shadow, let's call it quits. We're gonna be taking your outer tower too on top lane. So it's all back to farming. Dean, KT, one good thing about the Futsu or Fuzi is he can focus on farming. This guy can tank, but he relies on attack speed way too much in order for him to toggle down his passive. At the same time, he can really have a good use of an ultimate to lock his opponents down.
on a dangerous position was Ellie. Even used the vaulting shot to go for an attempt for a kill, but to no afford, because those are team members we're talking about. There's a lot of sustain coming from the Kaiser and a lot of damage coming from the Luara as well. So very unfortunate for Ellie Gaming to be going all alone in that one. Will there be a potential still in here though? On to the Tyrant. Take the unbridled outburst has been used, but that's not gonna make a steal in favor of Team Shadow. However, they will kill off the Luara, potentially the Kaiser as well. And yes, indeed, now 3 members are left in here onto the side of Team Tempest right now, trying to go for a defensive play, but so far to no afford, because the triple kill is gonna go on to King Sha, but King Sha will be shot down by the Princess Frost. But Princess Frost is currently all alone. He is separated away from the Lianpo right now, and the Lianpo will actually fall down too. Just gonna go for the Winter is here to shove away the minions and not allow the members of Team Shadow to push, but will not be enough because this is a 4v1 in case.
Oh my. Team Shadow now definitely wanted to at least bounce back from this. Yes, Team Tempest won that earlier fight, but right now, for Team Shadow, we are prepared. Dean somehow managed to get a really good amount of items. Ellie as well, providing some damage, range damage from outside, but Team Tempest wants to go for the chase.
Oh, really nice unbridled outburst used by our Zhang Fei because of that attempt from our Guigutsu to go for a play. But meantime, this is a space being created by the Zhang Fei right now as Team Shadow actually go for an attempt for these Overlord. Shadow Overlords right now. Winter is here. Oh, look at that. Bursting down the Futsu onto the team fight, and more members on the side of Team Shadow right now. Double kill even. And everyone's just bursted down onto the side of Team Shadow. Run while there is land. King Sha, but he will be bursted down by the damage of Luara. Is this the comeback of Team Tempest this time?
Tempest right now, make sure that they're gonna be keeping the work. I kinda like the answer to that. Yes, you may bounce back from that fight, but we're not gonna let you snowball. We're gonna be stealing the show. We're gonna be winning fights. And with Team Tempest winning that jumper, finally we've seen the full potential of his Luara compared to game number 1. And now, securing the objective, the Shadow Tyrants have bought, they could give it a go. Just look at the swing. It goes up towards their favor. 1,200 gold lead for Team Tempest.
My, if you saw the camera of King Sha a while ago, he was like scratching his head. I mean, who wouldn't scratch their head if their team got wiped out, right? But yeah, I'm pretty sure our influence. Oh, nice vision coming from the Guigutsu though. This is what sometimes you want. You want to set up a team play, but are they gonna go really all in here onto the top side right now? Kaiser is forcing himself in. Winter is here, has been used. Lianpo is actually also forced to make use of his ult as well, but in the end, they're gonna be backing away.
They need to back off. They need to protect their lead. They cannot go for that risk because it is quite scary. Because as I see this right now, even though the Team Tempest has the lead, this could be anyone's game. Team Shadow not backing off. We can see Ellie trying to work his way through, but for Team Tempest, it's all about working out for the Shadow Overlord!
Unbridled outburst still in here! Is this a chance for Team Shadow right now? But in here, Goigutsu will fall down. Futsu is actually going for a push onto the bottom part of the map. Members of Team Shadow are trying to back away, but this is a really nice steal coming from the Zhang Fei. Rib, you are a hero!
Mr. Reem Angkor, he doesn't
He's stealing, man.
doesn't
He's
even
stealing
have
in
the
the
smite.
camera. Yeah.
He doesn't need the smite.
Wow.
He doesn't need it. He just need to unleash his inner rage, his inner fury with that unbridled outburst. He managed to steal the Shadow Overlord. That's crazy.
Very crazy, man. The Ferrari form is so mad right now. But in here, will he be able to survive? There's a lot of Winter is in here. Seems like, I mean, the members of Team Tempest definitely gonna give all of their skills up against him because he's the one who stole that Shadow Overlord a while ago.
That was beautifully executed. I kind of like what I'm seeing here. It seems like I'm watching ping pong here. It seems like I'm watching volleyball. It's a rally on who wins team fights. Team Tempest, Team Shadow, Team Tempest, and now Team Tempest is gonna try to fight back.
Then KT definitely has to back away in this one. I mean, there's so much damage as well coming from Jumper too. But yeah, tables have been turned. I mean, not exactly on the goal, but at least in the map control because they have secured the Shadow Vanguards who is pushing the lanes in favor of Team Shadow. But again, this could still be anyone's game, not because Rim was able to go for that steal a while ago. It is now their game. Because as you can see, the gold is pretty even up, even the kills as well. And their capability to go for clashes in here is still, you know, could be like anybody's game. Now it's just all about finding that way to pick off a particular target. It's now a question who's gonna make a mistake. Is this a mistake now potentially for Ying because he just got caught off guard so far, getting slowed down a little bit by members of Team Tempest.
I still have that hangover. I can't get over with the Reeves unbridled outburst. I'm gonna clip that. I mean, I'm gonna tag Reem actually in my socials because that was way too insane for me to forget. But duel to the death here seems like he wants to give it a go towards Anin.
That's true. And in camera, you can see how chill Ellie gaming is just lying down in his gaming chair. Pretty chill as a farm laner in here, Consortium. But meantime, yeah, I can see Team Tempest already taking advantage of the Shadow Tyrant. And with the Shadow Tyrant Chain Lightning buff, definitely they have some extra damage. And they could take advantage of that by going into clashes potentially like this. But they're all separated. Look at what Kaiser's doing though. Sneaking onto the back line. Finding a particular target. Could this be Ellie?
Oh!
Is this gonna be it? Really nice flank coming from the Kaiser. Razzing Biggs. Now no more carries on the side of Team Shadow. I think that was a very good play. But Team KT on the works, on the bottom lane part of the map right now, going for the 1v1 tussle. But seems like he needs to back away a little bit because Kaiser is here. So the rest of the members of Team Tempest right now. And there goes. And the other end of the map getting got shot down is the Musashi. No one member left. Well, and we can see the 13 seconds before the Consortium is able to go back to life. But it seems like this is going to be the end of life of Team KT.
Tempest! They are keeping their head high, eyes on the prize. Razi leading the charge. He wanted to end this, but the rest of the members of Team Shadow has finally awakened.
Finally awakened indeed. They're trying to shove away the members of Team Tempest right now. They need to clear out the video wave, but gonna get frozen. And here is absolutely John Fay. He will fall down. And one member left. It is the Consortium. And this is a bad position. Gonna go for the bolting shot, but will not be enough. Yes, it will. Gonna get a triple kill, but it seems like he will die in the end as well. But that is still okay because they managed to stop Tempest to go for a push in the crystal.
The game isn't over yet. Team Shadow looking for that opportunity to turn this tide into their favor. The base, the crystal, is still intact. They can still make some possible plays here. How can they answer to the aggression of Team Tempest? I mean, I love that setup. It seems like they wanted to set this out. They wanted to juke it out in the Shadow Overlords then. Remember, this is the upset. This is the area where Reem managed to unleash his inner rage in order for them to steal it.
Team KT is super low on HP, gonna get bursted down. He will fall down onto the hands of the Luara. Everyone's just backing away on the side of Team Shadow right now. Will they be able to make it? The chase is still here. Edward actually trying to go for the CC, but he intends to just back away because seems like they just want to focus on trying to get the Shadow Overlord. Oh, will this be a second attempt now? They're actually stopping Reem from doing that. I mean, if this so happens again, this is gonna be so funny. But for the meantime, I think it's almost done. And yes, it is done. The Shadow Overlord will be taken by Team Tempest.
So much pressure.
Gonna get slowed down are the members of Team Shadow. Seems like they want to end this anytime soon. I mean, the Shadow Vanguard is already flowing in the mid.
So much pressure indeed, no doubt. I mean, for Team Tempest, all that they need to do is to apply that pressure, unleash the bigger dragon in the lane. They wanted to make sure that the bigger Shadow Vanguard is gonna aid towards the mid lane. That's the only vulnerable lane that they have, straight going towards the base. And now, seems like they wanted to go!
That! The flash hit gun from the Guigutsu, but we can see Unbridled Outburst has been used to counter that one out. Free heating from the backline are some of the members of Team Shadow right now, but they are currently so deep in here. Luara is still on the go, killing off the members of Team Shadow one by one. Guigutsu is down, but doesn't matter because there's just one member left, and actually a wipeout. And now this is it. Potentially, they just have to wait a little bit for the Shadow Vanguards to come in. Razzie Binks is trying to tank it out, but unfortunately, he will not survive. He'll still fall down. And there you go. Congratulations to Team Tempest for going for the 2-1 win against Team Shadow.
Reverse Sweep. That is going to be the name of the game. We've seen their team having that heavy loss towards game number 1. Team Tempest managed to find a way somehow to force a decider, and this game alone decided their fate. And congratulations to Team Tempest. They have been the first ever Southeast Asian All-Star champions for the KOLs. Man, what a good fight, Kaisaya. I mean, I love the moments. There's so many moments we need to talk about on that last game.
That's true, that's true. It was so intense. It felt like it's part of KIS2, to be honest. It seems like we casted a tour, like an official tournament for KIS2. But yeah, if so, this is just Honor of Kings. Well, this is not just, but this is Honor of Kings Southeast Asia All-Star Showmatch. We're in representative for 5 different countries: Philippines, Indonesia, Cambodia, Myanmar, and Malaysia battling it out in the battlefield. But for sure, both of the teams, despite win or lose, they showed us how good Honor of King is.
Indeed, and everyone, I know that you wanted to get your hands on towards playing Honor of Kings. Well, if you did not download this game yet, what are you waiting for? Ladies and gentlemen, they have been grinding non-stop. Our KOLs, our pro players are grinding non-stop, and it's your turn, guys, to make a name for yourselves in this game. Download Honor of Kings now, available in the App Store, the Play Store. Don't miss out the action. Play this one out, but let's break down all the items from the previous game.
Ooh, Jumper, my goodness, 16-1-5. He doesn't really want to die. He wants to be the bias in here for the side of Team Tempest, being the pro that he is as a marksman. But then again, I think gotta commend how confident Razzie Binks is in actually going all in onto team fights with the support coming from Edward. Game Edward in here, and providing the vision. Really nice use of the vision roaming item in here, the Guardian Radiance, for his teammates to see where the opponents are. And of course, to Selena, creating that space for the team, and for BDR and in acting as another tank to soak up the damage coming from the Shadow team.
Wow, Team Shadow, I love the efforts. I love their dedication. Game number 1, especially Ellie, when it comes to playing Luba number 7, he was spectacular. Game number 2, it seems like Team Tempest knew the weakness. They don't want to let Ellie go back towards the Luba number 7, and that forced him to use the Concert U. Just look at that. I mean, the highest amount of kills that we see here on the side of Team Shadow is going to be King Sean. 9 kills on his side alone. But Jumper definitely shined all throughout this game, because Jumper right here, he suffered that encounter during the farm lane with Ellie's Luba number 7. That did prevent Jumper for unleashing his inner potential as the Luara. So with this game alone, game number 3, no Luba number 7, no problem from Jumper. And now we've seen the full capabilities of Jumper's Luara. And with not only that, I mean, Razzie Binks is just leading the charge. I'm the Kaiser. I'm the invincible warrior. Why are we scared? We're not scared. We also have Anin to at least set things up. And props to Edward. I love the play. The Animist to drag down the opponents. A lot of good sets coming in from Edward, made the play, and then this gives Anin to slam the ground and for Selena to unleash some AoEs to freeze them.
That's true. Really great analysis in there, VZG. And now you can see how you can actually, draft out a composition that your teammates could comfortably work on for and cooperate for. But then again, how we love the game from game 1 to game 3. It was all amazing play. The ping pong right here and there. So yeah, later on we're gonna have an interview later on. But let's take a look at who's gonna be the MVP from that game.
Wow! I've been waiting for this moment. Jumper! He has shown to become the very best for this game. Jumper as your MVP. Look at that score, 16. 16 kills, only died once, 5 assists. Game number 1, it might be Ellie who dominated the farm lane, but this is my game. Jumper, definitely good with guns. He's playing the farm lane very well. The amount of gold that Jumper has right now, 17.3k, and the amount of damage that he dealt all throughout this game, almost heading towards the 150k mark. So it only took 52k damage. He soaked up 52k damage for Jumper to at least unleash his inner Luara, and he did. Farm lane for Jumper. He is the MVP for this match. Jumper, congratulations.
As Jumper with his name, he is living up onto the jumping skill of Luara passive in here. So really nice. Luara can jump onto walls, so why not Jumper as well? So I think he loves his here. You have like, okay, if I have an equivalent in a particular game, if I have another world for Jumper, this could be Luara. So I think, when you really immerse yourself in the game and feel that, okay, this is me, I'm gonna do it, and play as if it's me. So I think that's what Jumper, maybe we will confirm with him later, or who we will be interviewing later on. So make sure you guys stay tuned, because maybe you have some questions for our KOL who will be interviewing later.
I know that some of you guys, or all of you guys who's watching, has a lot of questions towards our KOLs, but we just have to wait and see on who is going to take the hot seat. So this is gonna be intense. I mean, having this kind of gameplay, it just gives a new meaning for that friendly competitiveness around the KOL community towards the Honor of Kings. Not only they play, but of course they showed camaraderie, they showed friendship, they showed sportsmanship, and of course these two teams played fair, played fight, and of course they shook hands even virtually. I mean, they're not even in the same place, but of course they're gonna be cheering each other out.
That's so true. That's so true. So I hope everyone's typing in their questions for our KOL to interview. It's gonna be surprise. You know how we like it here in Honor of Kings? Surprises. You get a lot of skins, you get a lot of free heroes from the game by just like doing particular tasks, and actually that challenges us. And what I like about that is that we get to cooperate and help each other as a community, as a gaming community. And I think the idea that was made by Honor of Kings to be like that is just so effective and allows us to go all together as one.
I am so excited into witnessing the interview. Ladies and gentlemen, who is going to fill the hot seat? That is going to be the question that everyone wants to know. Who is going to answer all the questions that you type in the comments? Because we are going to be asking everything from this guy. It's gonna be no holds barred. It's gonna be no holds barred because let's welcome this guy.
Our
before
highlights.
we welcome something else. The highlights are there.
Yes, indeed. And we saw from the highlight, of course, how Team Shadow actually dominated the early game as well, with the ganks coming from King Shan, most especially. But of course, there were answer backs because Razaving is pretty aggressive in going for those moves as well in the ganks. Gui Gutsu in particular, creating the space, creating the CC, allowing Luara to actually go for a free hit. Members of Team Shadow is in here just having a hard time closing the gap between them and Jumper because of the Guigutsu support in here. And again, love the itemization though by Edward. Vision item, space created by Selena as well with a Winter is here and the confident play. You know, it seems like they really trust each other in here. And here is the part wherein we saw the crucial kill theft from the Zhang Fei. Although, yeah, he died. Did he die? No, he did not die on that part, but he managed to go for a steal despite not having Smite in his spell. But yeah, overall though, in the end, wherein the time there was the Overlord take coming from Team Tempest happened, we saw how Reem died onto the hands of Team Tempest, but because he wanted to go for a second attempt for the steal.
What a game it is, ladies and gentlemen. Things have been crazy this afternoon. No doubt about that. Beat the heat this afternoon, but the passion from these players are definitely hotter. And there you have it, folks. The hot game concludes. We already have that champions. We already have the winning team. And for the players, I kind of love and respect that they have given their all into winning this game. Not only they play on streams, we see how focused and they are in winning competitively. Congratulations to these guys. No doubt they made this Southeast Asian All-Star Showdown a banger of a match.
Definitely a banger and a way to pre-hit the more intense Honor of Kings Invitational Season 2, which will happen and which is about to happen in Malaysia right now. And of course, those who cannot make it in Malaysia, of course, can watch in all of our streaming platforms on Facebook, on YouTube. It's all over. I mean, this is a global event for all of us in here. Just heating up the after global launch that we have. And yes, let us know again what your questions are for our surprise KOL to be interviewed later on, so we can read that in the chat. So again, huge shout outs to everyone on our live stream. We can see John in here on our Facebook stream, as well as John Ray Tizon. And we can see Arta Sasta and Quiet Boys in here on YouTube chat. So, I mean, we saw Luara play. I mean, the newest hero that we have in Honor of Kings, of course, is Luara. So it's nice to see her definitely in action, and not just seeing her, but also seeing her to her fullest potential, even becoming the MVP of the game. So farm laners or marksman main, maybe Luara is the answer for you guys, as what Jumper has showed it to us.
Well, definitely new hero shines among this game. Well, Luara is that global exclusive hero that was released here for Honor of Kings. So this is quite fresh. This is quite new for each and every one. And Jumper seems to get a grip on that hero. He played it so well, but there's a news coming this July that there's another hero that is gonna come into the Heroes Gorge. So there's a tease already. We also have a clue. It's gonna be Jing's little brother. So we don't know the name yet. And if you know, might as well share the name with us here in the comment section. You might as well know or share to everyone that this guy's gonna come out, and we need to be prepared ourselves in our Heroes Gorge, because there's a lot of opportunities that we're gonna be seeing them in ranked games as we play, or probably making some impact in the tournaments as we speak, because KIS Season 2 is definitely around the corner, and after KIS, there is a new hero that is going to be released just in time before we get over to the bigger part in, in this Honor of Kings tournament ecosystem.
The sound of the rain. No matter how I feed the flame, you know I feel the darkness and the pain. All of the ways we tried it's alright. I'm on fire, I'm alive, cause now I fly so high, so high. Light up the skyline, let's do it this time, like it's a whole new colorful world. Like we're the only ones in this world. Like we're the only ones in this world. Never thought we'd get this far, burning like the stars. How we get this far, like we're the only ones in this world. Like we're the only ones in this world. Like we're the only ones in this world. What's a life without its worth? Compromising with what hurts inside, inside. When you let fear decide your fate, you don't choose which path to take in life. In life, I'm finally letting go of everything that still holds me. I'm against all odds, but I won't give up, 'cause it's my time to shine. Standing in the spotlight, and no one let me down. Destiny is calling high. I'm not afraid to fight for everything I love. Victory's on my side. The more we lose, the more we gain. The more that nothing stays the same. In time, in time. Can't love ever, can't forget. What you see is what you get sometimes. Sometimes. Gonna show the world tonight the light that shines inside us. We're against all odds, but we won't give up, 'cause it's our time to shine. Standing in the spotlight, can no one back us down. Destiny is calling high and light. We're not afraid to fight for everything we love. Victory's on our side. Takiki takiki takita. Takiki takiki takita. Takiki takiki takita. Takiki takiki takita. Everything that still holds us. 'Cause it's our time to shine. Standing in the spotlight, can no one back us down. Destiny is calling high and light. We're not afraid to fight for everything we love. Victory's on our side. It's our time to shine high and light. We're no strangers to the fallout. It's what got us here. Ever changing, some chameleon. Blood, sweat, and tears. We'll never make it if we fall to everything that brings us down. tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. Fight for what we want. Doesn't matter the cost. Every day, put in work. Nothing comes overnight. Strength in numbers, dark and light. We don't bow to fear. Blood, sweat, and tears. Sweat and tears.